everyone, Chandler here, and this video is going to be all about terms relevant to the life of an AFAB transgender person such as myself. So, what does AFAB even mean? AFAB means assigned female at birth, and transgender just means your gender identity does not match up with your gender assigned at birth. So this includes trans men, this includes AFAB non-binary people, AFAB gender fluid people, AFAB bigender people, basically anyone who is assigned female at birth and doesn't identify as a female. So without further ado, let's get into the terms. So one of the most important things that AFAB transgender people talk about is binders. So what a binder is an article of clothing that you would wear under your clothes, under your shirt I should say. It's an article of clothing made to compress the chest in order to make the chest appear flatter and also stimulate pectoral muscles. So these can come in different sizes, they can come in different styles, they can come in different colors, like flesh-based colors. There are half binders, which is like the one that I have, which just stop at the end of the breast tissue in the middle-ish area of the ribs. And then there are full-length binders, which go past the stomach. There are swimsuit binders, which are made to be more comfortable and made to do better in water situations and help appear flat-chested. Typically, most swim binders are flesh-colored. I'm pretty sure you could get them not flesh-colored. Binders are used to help alleviate some top dysphoria. What top dysphoria is for AFAB transgender people is the uncomfortable feeling of having breasts. So in order to alleviate that, compressing the breast in order to help appear flatter is the job of a binder. I'll do a whole video on binding safety if any of you all are interested. There are definitely some things about binders that are very important, so I will be making another video very soon about binding safety, because you shouldn't wear them for more than 8 hours straight, and you should make sure that you get the right size, that it's not too tight, and you never ever want to use ace bandages, because binders are meant to give even compression so that your chest will have the right amount of pressure on it in the right places, and it won't be uneven, because ace bandages will always give uneven pressure and can cause your ribs to poke out in some parts and can really damage your body. So the next thing that I like to talk about doesn't really come up in conversation as much as binders, but it's still really important. So packers are made to help with the bottom dysphoria. So bottom dysphoria for an AFAB person is the discomfort with having a vagina. So in order to alleviate this discomfort, there are a bunch of different types of packers. So basically what a packer is a object used to wear in the pants or in the underwear in order to make it look like someone has the bulge of a penis. So basically, packers come in a bunch of different arrays and different styles. So what they are is they can either be as simple as just a sock that you stuff down your pants, or they can be the actual prosthetic penis that some people will wear. So it is a prosthetic that is meant to simulate the appearance of a penis. There are different types of packers, so and they come in different sizes and different flesh colors and all kinds of different things, but there's also another type of packer called the STP. Now an STP just refers to a specific type of packer that allows for someone to stand to pee, which is what STP stands for. So this is a packer that has an enlarged area up at the top in order to cover the vagina so that when someone pees, it'll funnel through the shaft of the packer and simulate actual peeing through a penis so that a person can stand to pee. Now, some dangers of wearing packers are that it can cause infections when pressed up against the skin, so it's very important to either strap them on over the underwear but under the pants, or strap them on so that they don't touch your skin even if they are under your underwear, or you can place them in the front flap of the underwear so that they're not pressing up against your skin but they're still stuck in your underwear. Some people prefer strapping them on because it helps keep the packer in place better, but of course that's a personal preference. The next thing that I want to talk about kind of gets away from the wearable aspects of being an AFAB transgender person and more into the clinical aspects of being an AFAB transgender person. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is the phrase starting T. So basically T just means testosterone, and what testosterone does is it is the hormone that is most prevalent in assigned male at birth individuals that gives the characteristics of the sharp jaw, facial hair, more broad shoulders and muscles, and basically just those types of characteristics. And testosterone can be taken as a shot, and the dosage can vary for every single person, and the frequency with which the person takes the testosterone can also change. So no one's testosterone taking process is the same. If you'd like any information on what exactly testosterone does to the body, I will definitely make a video on that as well, and I have linked down below some videos to people who have transitioned with testosterone and taken testosterone, and shown photos from before they started taking testosterone to where they are now, so that you can see that transformation. Taking testosterone is definitely something that can be very important to some people in order to alleviate some of their body dysphoria. Now, body dysphoria doesn't just go away by taking testosterone. So some people who take testosterone and some people who don't alleviate body dysphoria in different ways. And one of those ways that can help to alleviate body dysphoria in the surgical sense is the double mastectomy. A double mastectomy is the removal of the breast tissue on both sides, which is why it's a double mastectomy. Now, for people who aren't transgender, who typically get this surgery, it can be a surgery used to get rid of tumors within the breast tissue, and other aspects like that, and as well as with transgender people, of course, commonly for transgender people, it is a surgery used to remove the breast tissue so that the person who receives this surgery can be flat without a binder. Another type of surgery that people who are AFAB can get is a type of bottom surgery. Now, there are two different types of bottom surgery, and I won't go into detail about them, but one type is called the phalloplasty, which is where someone would have the skin taken from their arm or their thigh and used to create the actual representation of a usable penis on their body. And then there is also but this is a much different type of surgery that is where skin on the vagina is changed so that the clit appears more like a small penis. Those surgical aspects can be really important for some transgender people. It's very, very important to remember that not every transgender person goes through surgeries and not every transgender person transitions in the first place. So it's very important to be conscious of that and not immediately think, oh, well, if this person is transgender, then have they had the surgery? What does that even mean? There are a bunch of surgeries that someone can have, and then there are all of these surgeries that someone might not even decide to have. So it's very important to not ask questions about someone's surgical history. And you wouldn't do that if they were cis, so why would you do it if they were trans? One of the last surgeries that I want to talk about is a hysterectomy. Now, there are a bunch of different types of hysterectomies, and I'm not going to get into detail about them, But basically, once you start taking testosterone, if you take it for long enough, it can have negative effects on the ovaries and on the uterus. So different types of hysterectomies are just meant to remove that part of the reproductive system so that you would no longer be in pain due to taking the testosterone and its adverse effects on the uterus and the ovaries. Alright, so I really hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was very informative. If you have any other phrases that you've heard transgender people talking about, relevant to AFAB transgender people, definitely comment them down below and I will get to you on those. I hope I answered a bunch of your questions about what exactly life is like being an AFAB transgender person and an AFAB transgender person who seeks to transition. So yeah, I hope this was very informative and educational and I hope you enjoyed. Alright, I will see you next week. Bye! And it's okay if right now sucks, because sometimes life sucks, but I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for myself, and hopefully we will be able to break through the glass wall, and we will be able to see all the good things headed our way